let's move towards the hands-on exercise. So in this particular hands-on exercise, what we are going to do, I have already listed down here. So we will be having a quick Scikit-Learn demo that runs entirely in the notebook. No SageMaker jobs, free aside from the notebook runtime. Simple SageMaker XGBoost demo that runs a managed training job using SageMaker's built-in XGBoost container. This is going to incur a training job cost while it runs. So now it's up to you. If you want to stay in a free tier, if you don't want to perform anything which is going to incur charges in your account, you can get the things very clearly while trying anything new. Okay. Or otherwise, you can watch how I am going to try this in my AWS account. So first thing, what we are going to do, we will be launching a notebook instance. Now I have already launched a notebook instance in my account just to save time, but I will be giving you a quick walkthrough how to launch a notebook instance. Click on create notebook instance and your journey starts here. You have to provide the details, let's say notebook instance name, any name you want to provide, notebook instance type, whatever you want to choose. I have chosen ml.t2.xlarge. Okay. Instance type talks about the specifications, and these specification varies based on type of workload you want to run. So as I told you, I have chosen this one, mlt2.xlarge. This is my instance type. Later comes permissions and encryption. Now, when you are trying AWS services, and majorly when you have to establish interaction among multiple AWS services, permission is very must. So how can you manage permissions when you have to allow interaction among different AWS services? The straightforward answer to this is IAM role. So you can create a new IAM role like this. You can select what permissions you want to provide for the S3 bucket. Do you want to provide the permissions to any S3 bucket or a specific S3 bucket? The instance which I had launched in my account, I had provided the permission to any bucket. Click on create role. I have already created, so I'm not going to create it again. Okay. And with all these settings, click on create notebook instance. So three things you have to provide: the notebook instance name, the notebook instance type, and then in the permission, you have to provide a specific IAM role. Okay. I am clicking on cancel button as I already have a Jupyter Notebook instance in my account and the status is in service. So remember, you have to wait for the status to be in service. Now, few things I will be ensuring. I can directly open the Jupyter Lab from here, but I want to follow few things. And what are those? I will be checking. This is the ARN. Okay, ARN stands for Amazon Resource Name. It is a unique identifier which is given to the AWS resource, and majorly it is used in the policy. Okay, now this is a IAM role ARN. This IAM role ARN we will be using as a part of our code base. So let me open this. If you want to open this, it will be taking you to the IAM console. That's fine. Click on Open Jupyter Lab and it will be redirecting you to the Jupyter Lab notebook. Okay. Now, in the meantime, let's quickly walk through the steps we are going to perform. Use a Python 3 kernel in the SageMaker Studio or Notebook instance. The notebook must run inside SageMaker or you must supply a valid IAM role ARN. So I told you while I was creating a notebook instance, I had created a new IAM role. And when running the SageMaker training job, you will be charged for the instance used by the job. Okay, so let's go back and we are going to create a notebook. Okay, this is our runtime. You can see you can select the kernel from here. Let me select this one only, which was already selected. Okay, once it is selected, if you want, you can rename it. Okay, I'm not doing it for the time being. Quickly go here and run the first cell to import the libraries and pick up the SageMaker role. Okay, so I'm going to execute this setup step. Let me do that. This is my code base. What we're exactly doing here, you can see we're installing certain libraries and then we are providing the role. So here I have to replace the role ARN, the one which we had seen there. You can directly take it from here, click on ARN and copy it. Okay, once it is done, you can run this cell and let's see the output. If everything would be fine, you're going to see the output. It is downloading the requirement, and then later what it will be doing, it will be using a default bucket or create a one for you. So once the collected packages and installation is successfully done, it will be following the further execution steps. Let's wait for the execution to be completed. Okay, and you can see the execution is completed successfully. If you want to browse for this S3 bucket in your account, you can do that. So go to S3 dashboard, and what you will be doing, you will be navigating to the S3 dashboard to search for this bucket which got created. Let's do that. And you'll be seeing a bucket created. Okay, come back here. What's the next step, everybody? The next step is we are going to perform quick Scikit-Learn demo. Okay, we'll be loading a data set. We're going to split, we'll be training it, we'll be evaluating it and saving it. So no SageMaker training job required. It is good for quick iteration. So we are going to show a typical train, evaluate and save flow using the Iris Dataset. Okay, let me take this part, train and evaluate. I'm just going to copy the code base and I will be taking it here. Let me paste it here. Okay, if you want, you can go through this code base. This is something I'm doing, importing the libraries, defining the X and Y axis, and then I am basically doing a train test split, finally saving the model locally and upload it to the S3, which is an optional step. Let me run this. And we're going to see the output and the execution result. You can see this is the execution result. It has saved the local model to the S3. Let's go back and let's see if something is present inside this S3 bucket. You can see this model is present inside this S3 bucket. Come back here. Now the next step is we are going to prepare a CSV train test files. We'll be uploading to S3. We'll be providing a minimal train.python script that XGBoost container will run. We'll be launching a SageMaker XGBoost training job, download the model artifact and do a quick local evaluation. Okay. So we are going to create a CSV train test and upload. Okay, so here the first step is prepare data and upload to S3. Let's do that. I'm going to take this piece of code again. And we're going to upload it to S3. Let's go back, provide the code base and click on run button. You can see this is a S3 train path and test path. Okay. Later, if you want, you can refresh it and you can again come back here and check what exactly it has done. You can go back here. Yes, it is here inside XGBoost. Okay. Now, next step is we'll be again going back to our notebook instance. We'll be creating a training script train.py. So we're going to create a file in the notebook's working directory named train.py. It will be executed inside the container. Okay, let me do that. So we're going to write a minimal script for SageMaker XGBoost container. Let me take this one and I'm going to use it. So what I'll be doing, I will be doing a right click, new file. Let's say I'm giving a name train.py and press enter. Okay, let's open this file and paste the code base. Okay, this is a code base which we have pasted here. You can again check if you want to follow the same convention. The convention is we are going to create a train.py file. Okay, once it is done, the next step is we are going to launch the SageMaker XGBoost Training job. So we will be using the SageMaker SDK XGBoost estimator. This will launching a managed training job. Okay. So let's take the code from here and we are going to use that in our notebook. I'm going to do a copy paste. Let me take it. And then we will be pasting it in our notebook. Let's run this cell and wait for the output. It is creating a training job with this name. It will be taking couple of minutes. So we'll have to wait for the training job to be completed. So once it will be completed, I'll be joining back and I will be showing you the further steps. So we can see the status here, a training job completed, and it is also uploaded the generated training model. What's the next step? Next step is if I'll be taking you here in the document, what we will be doing, we are going to download the train model and run a quick local test. Let's do that. Let me take this piece of code and we are going to perform the required actions. Let me paste it here and let me run the cell. You can see this is a classification report which we have got. Okay. Now the last part is what we will be doing. If you are done till all these steps or if you have watched all these steps clearly, don't forget to clean your environment. That is very much required because if you don't want to get any additional cost, you have to clean the environment. So you will be cleaning up to avoid cost and clutter. We are going to remove S3 object you created and delete any endpoint if you deployed one. Let me delete S3 object under the prefix. Let's use this and execute it here. Okay, it has deleted the S3 object. What you can do once you will be done, I will suggest you don't forget to delete this notebook instance. Okay, how to do it? Go to SageMaker AI dashboard and in the SageMaker AI dashboard from the left hand side you have to open the notebook. Let's wait for this particular dashboard to appear. Go to notebooks. In the notebooks, you can see a notebook instance. I will be telling you the steps and then you can do it accordingly. Let me refresh this one. You have to ensure you are in a correct region. Let's say I'm performing most of my exercises in Mumbai. So I will be navigating back to Mumbai region. And here I will be able to see the instance, notebook instance, which I had created. Okay. Select it. Two actions you have to perform. First of all, you have to stop it. Once it is stopped, this delete option will be enabled and then you are going to delete it. Okay. So what exactly we have done in this particular exercise, as I told you, we had a quick Scikit-Learn demo that runs entirely in the notebook. And we had also showcase simple SageMaker XGBoost demo that runs a managed training job using SageMaker's built-in XGBoost container. Okay, so now what you can conclude, you can say data scientists can scale experiment beyond their local machine by leveraging cloud computing options like EC2 and SageMaker. And if I will be asking you what it provides flexibility, scalability, and reproducibility for ML workflows. Even you don't have to manage the underlying infrastructure if you don't want to. If you focus on writing the piece of code, you can do. And all these things we have very clearly seen through various hands-on exercises. Thank you very much for watching this video lecture.